Now to the issue of auto theft in Dallas. So many cars and trucks being stolen there, it is overwhelming the police department. Well, now DPD Chief Eddie Garcia is unveiling a new plan that is aimed directly at tackling that problem, starting with how his department responds when someone calls to report a theft. Starting next Monday, DPD is going to be taking those reports through recorded call conferencing using what they call limited duty police officers to take the information. What that means, instead of waiting for an officer to come to you, you'll talk to somebody over the phone, basically. The idea is to cut down on your wait time and get the vehicles into the system faster. Our I-team has been digging into the skyrocketing auto theft numbers all year long for you. Ginger Allen sat down with the chief recently, in fact, to talk about why this crime has gotten so out of hand.
Less than 1 minute. In most cases, that's all it takes for thieves to steal a car or truck. The crime happens fast. But the police response in Dallas, some victims say, is painfully slow.
I waited and waited. I called back again. I waited and waited. I called back again.
They've done nothing. It's been more of a nightmare than anything.
The auto theft unit never picks up their phone.
Is this a priority for DPD?
It is a priority. It's a priority for us. But like most things, you have to, amongst the priorities, you have to identify what comes first.
And what comes first for DPD, according to Chief Eddie Garcia, is violent crime. He says cases involving crimes against people will always trump property crimes. But he also admits the two are often linked.
A lot of these violent crimes are being committed by individuals that were in stolen vehicles.
That includes violence against his own officers.
Hey, stop! No, no, no! Hey, let me see your hands! Hey! Shots fired, shots fired.
Just last month, what started as a traffic stop of a stolen SUV quickly turned into a gunfight between the driver and officers.
Get cover, get cover, get cover!
And in July, a man driving a stolen rental truck led police on a dangerous chase down the Dallas North Tollway, slamming into more than a dozen other vehicles while trying to get away. Those are two extreme examples. In reality, most auto thieves get away. Last year, Dallas PD only solved 4.5% of cases, meaning more than 95% are still unsolved.
What's your reaction to that? 95% unsolved.
My reaction is that wouldn't surprise me. That certainly, as I mentioned before, it's a difficult crime to solve.
This mirrors a national trend. Police across the country are unable to keep up with the surge in reported vehicle thefts. A CBS News investigation found similar clearance rates across the country, with most in the single digits. You can see here Dallas is fairly consistent with most major cities. Now take a look at the numbers closer to home and how other local cities are solving cases. Arlington, Fort Worth, and Garland's clearance rates are more than double that of Dallas.
There's not a police chief that would tell you they're happy with those numbers. I'm not happy with those numbers. I would tell you my detectives aren't happy with those numbers. But it is not for a lack of effort. It's not for a lack of care.
Garcia says part of the problem is a lack of manpower.
Staffing is always an issue. There's no question about it. When we look at our unit, we have, we're the city of Dallas, a very big city, 9th largest city in the country, and I have about 12 individuals assigned to auto theft.
12 people. Compare that to the more than 13,000 vehicles stolen in Dallas last year, a crippling caseload for detectives, and a world of frustration for victims who feel ignored.
I want to know what you say to those people that are out there complaining about that. Is DPD responding enough to this problem?
Well, I would say we're responding to the problem. We may not be responding fast enough. But the most important thing for me is that initial call, the initial interaction that a victim has with a police officer to take the report. We need to increase that. We need to increase the speed as to which we get to that call.
That was the I-team's Ginger Allen reporting. That interview took place back in October. At the time, Dallas had just topped 15,000 auto thefts for the year. Here's where the city stands as of right now, tonight, with just a few weeks left in 2023. There have been more than 17,700 thefts reported to DPD. That's an increase of more than 32% when we compare to the same time just last year.